Mr. Wright, what exactly is it that you're asserting? Very well, Your Honor. The defense asserts that Mr. Atme is mask to mask. The answer is simple. It's all clear to me now. Detective Luke Atme's true identity is actually mask to mask. Order the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? There are too many unnatural parts to Mr. Atme's story. He says he was hiding at the crime scenes, which is why no one ever saw him there. And then, in his last case, he manages to outperform Detective Gumshoe and the entire police force to miraculously retrieve the stolen treasure.
That's because I analyzed the crime scene data and made an exquisitely elegant deduction. I picked up clues that the police overlooked in order to arrive at a...
Oh, please. The explanation is far simpler than that, Detective Atme. The truth is that you are, in fact, mask to mask. But, Mr. Wright, this photo, it clearly shows mask to mask. The security camera belongs to Lordly Taylor department store. He shouldn't have been able to manipulate it. He didn't need to manipulate it. He gained access to the warehouse under the pretense of providing security. Then he simply dressed as the thief and stole the urn. So the ace detective is actually an ace thief? Is this true, witness? And now he goes insane.
The mask's MO is pure genius, and so am I, Luke Atme, ace detective. You're very clever to have come to such a conclusion. I'm impressed, Sir Lawyer.
What? Witness, you're admitting it? Nick, now's your chance. Yes, time to put the last nail in this guy's coffin. Detective Atme, when you assume the thief's identity... Bordeaux blend number 102. My personal favorite. Mr. Godot! The ace detective is actually an ace thief. I smell a best-selling novel. There's only one problem. It simply isn't true. But Mr. Godot, Mr. Wright has made some very strong points, and I will admit my opponent has woven a compelling narrative out of whole cloth. But it is, in fact, nothing more than a patchwork quilt, Mr. Trite. If this detective really is the thief, then show us the proof of your claim. But it had better be as hot and as perfect as the coffee dripping down your face. Well, Mr. Wright, don't just stand there. This court would like to see this decisive proof you have, quickly. Huh? Oh, yes, of course. Oh, what's the big rush? Are you alright, Nick? Atme looks pretty rattled right now. I'd like to finish this right now if I can, but can I really do it? The decisive evidence that proves Mr. Luke Atme is in fact mask to mask has yet to be found. Proof? Of course I've got nothing. Ah, just what I thought. A man has to hold his head up high no matter how bad things get, after all. I see. I thought perhaps you had some evidence to back up your assertion. This is no good. I've got to stay on the attack. I'll never get another chance to prove that this guy is the thief. Don't give up, Nick. Think harder and try again. It's no good. I'm just not ready yet. But, are you going to just give up and let us lose this?
So you've come to your senses, have you, Sir Lawyer?
I can't think of a counterattack at all. It seems the cloud of suspicion surrounding this witness has lifted. Mr. Godot, if you have anything further to add, then... Who are you? That doesn't really matter now, does it? Miss Delight, what are you doing here? Nicky boy, the thing you've been looking for. I think I found it. You mean that bag? No, not the bag. What's in the bag? Well? That's... the sacred urn! Nick, it's the urn! Order, you, madam! That urn, where'd you find it? You'll never believe it. It was in the office of Mr. Fancy Pants Ace Detective, Luke Atme. Oh, Desi, you're the best. Well, how do you explain that one, Mr. Atme? Even you are going to have a hard time weaseling out of this one. Ah, pathetic.
Mr. Godot, do you have something you wish to say?
Yes, Your Honor. It simply amazes me how quickly times change. In the old days, a man was to be taken at his word. It's truly sad.
You're still denying that Mr. Atme was involved?
Before casting aspersions at Detective Atme, consider the young lady here. Your name is Desiree Delight. Is that correct? Yes. What about it? Ha! How charming. The lengths that a woman is willing to go to save her husband is truly inspiring. What are you insinuating? As the wife of the criminal, you could have discovered that stolen urn anywhere, including the office of the good detective here. So you found the urn. What does that prove? It certainly doesn't prove where the urn was before you found it. What? I just brought it here from the detective's office. Please, madam. This town is already filled to the brim with lies. Any more could only compound the tragedy we have been witness to. You're wrong. I would never do such a thing. Miss Delight. Please, Nicky boy, you've got to help me talk some sense into these people. There must be some way. I've got to prove that urn was actually in the Atme Detective Agency. Show fingerprints. I can prove where the urn was by the fingerprints on it.
Fingerprints, eh?
Oh, come now! Now you're really making me laugh, Sir Lawyer. Fingerprints indeed! May I go on? Good. Now, it would be perfectly understandable if my fingerprints were on the urn. After all, it was I who was guarding the urn in the first place. In any case, I am always in the habit of wearing gloves, as you can see. So unfortunately, my fingerprints wouldn't be evidence of anything.
What about it, Mr. Wright? This witness's fingerprints would mean nothing anyway.
Nick, what are you going to do now? I've come too far to turn back now. Atme must have brought the urn back to his office yesterday. And there, I'm sure someone must have left their fingerprints on it. The defense proposes that the fingerprints of this person should be on the urn. Surprisingly enough, mine. Take that!
So what is all this fuss about fingerprints anyway?
Mr. Atme, do you recall the events of yesterday? Hey, Nick, come on, open it up. Hey, wait a minute, we can't just open his private property. Don't be such a fuddy-duddy. This is an important investigation. Well, what's in there? Hang on a sec, I'm taking it out now. Whatever it is, it feels kinda hard and smooth.
Well, hello there!
It's true that I didn't get a chance to look in the bag at that time, but I did touch what was inside.
What? You touched it?
And I remember it very well. It was smooth and hard.
Well, that was just...
Your Honor, I'd like the court to examine the fingerprints on that urn. If my fingerprints are on there, then it proves that the urn was in Detective Atme's office.
Objection!
Well, even if your fingerprints are on the urn, it still doesn't prove when they were put there, does it? Of course it does! What did you say? Not what I said. It's what Adrian Andrews, the person in charge of the exhibition, said. I polished it until it was just about glowing. I thought maybe I could make it look more valuable. If she polished it that much, she must have removed any and all fingerprints on it. And the only chance I had to get my fingerprints on it after that was yesterday at the Atme Detective Agency. Ah, this blend, Godot blend number 107. I've decided it's a little too bitter after all.
Order, order, order! I accept the defense's request. Bailiff, take this urn and...
Wait! Wait a moment, Your Honor. There's no need for that.
No need, you say?
Precisely. I already know Mr. Wright's fingerprints are on the urn.
What are you saying?
Yes, I've finally broken him down. See? Told you. I broke him down.
Take a good look, everyone! Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, the tragic clown.
This guy is none other than a fruitcake.
You see, it was me all along. I am the one and only Master Mask. Haha! I hope you all enjoyed my little performance.
Well, jeez, man.
Well, Mr. Godot, what's Mr. Atmy's condition?
He's still in the lobby, laughing insanely, Your Honor. I wish I could enjoy the joke as much as he seems to be.
Well, it looks like the matter has been settled. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of thief.
Nick, you were right after all. Yeah, I guess Mr. Delight really wasn't the thief.
The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight.
What?
You're wrong! Wrong, I tell you. I mean, not exactly wrong so much as actually not right is what I was really trying to say. Oh no, he's not. This can't be happening. The thief, the sneaky, odious thief who's been stealing all the treasures. It's me! I'm him! I'm the one you want! I'm the thief, I tell you! So do it! Pronounce me guilty! Please!
I don't know what kind of kangaroo court you all think this is, but...
The true identity of the thief has already been proven. Please hurry and pass What are you talking about? I will confess. I'm the thief, I tell you!
Mr. Godot, don't just stand there drinking coffee!
Hey there, Mr. Thief. Yes, sir? If you're really a man, then clean up your own mess. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I just don't have any idea what you mean. If you are Master Mask, then prove it. That's what it means. Yes, sir. I'll be happy to. He says he'll be happy to, Nick. It's kinda cute. He's 100% committed to his fantasy. Good boy. Just remember one thing. A boy only gets one chance in his life to become a man. I know that! I won't fail, I swear. Okay then, talk. We're all listening.
Oh well, let's all have a listen to this confession.
Truth is, I've been Master Mask all along. I mean, you can't prove that I'm not actually Master Mask, can you? I don't have an alibi for the night the urn was stolen, after all. I donned my costume that night, and dancingly descended upon the scene of the crime. Look, you can see right there in the photo. That's me. As for my brooch, I snagged it on the door handle, and it got torn off, that's all.
I don't like the direction this trial has taken.
But this is how every trial goes, at least with me, anyway. You're doing great. Stop it, Mr. Godot. You're embarrassing me. Like I said, you're only going to get one chance to testify, alright? But if you make it through this with flying colors, I'll keep my promise too. I'll make sure you stay locked up in prison as the one and only true Master Mask. Thanks so much, Mr. Godot. I'll do my best.
Alright, Mr. Wright, I'm afraid it's time for the cross-examination.
Jesus. Methinks you do, actually. I beg to differ.
Objection!
Mr. Delight, this wallet belongs to you, correct? Yes, it does. I had lost it somewhere.
Mr. Wright, when you find a wallet, you should report it to the police right away.
No, you don't understand. This is an important piece of evidence.
Evidence?
Mr. Delight, when did you first notice that you lost your wallet?
Let's see. I think it was on the night of the crime. But I know I still had it when Desi and I went out for dinner.
This wallet was found at approximately 1 a.m. at KB Security Headquarters.
What? Surely you're not serious.
Yes, I am serious. This proves that Mr. Delight was in fact at KB Security that night. So if the defendant was at KB Security at 1 o'clock in the morning, then that proves that he has a watertight alibi. Furthermore, considering the distance between Lordly Taylor and KB Security, it would have taken 30 minutes to get there by car. Well, according to Larry, anyway.
Well, Mr. Godot, do you have anything to say? And stop drinking that coffee!
Come on, Mr. Thief. Don't let this guy beat you. Tell him why he's wrong.
You're the only one who calls me thief, Mr. Godot. Alright, I'll try. I'll do it. I will.
He's really got Mr. Delight all worked up.
Yeah, he's like a kid at his first day of school.
Look, it's just ridiculous. Why would I have dropped my wallet at KB Security? Someone must have planted it there to make it look like I was there and not at the heist. Planted it there? He's really reaching now.
Mr. Delight, you probably dropped your wallet when you took it out to use this, didn't you? The key card to KB Security's CEO's office.
That was a pretty good try, Mr. Wright. Unfortunately, you've overlooked one small thing.
What?
Motive, of course. Why would this thief go to KB Security in the middle of the night anyway?
Well, Mr. Wright, it looks like you need some more evidence after all.
This stupid kid.
Now then, let's see your evidence. The evidence that shows why Mr. Delight went to KB Security at 1 a.m. that night.
Now this comes into play. Take that! Mr. Delight, I believe you've seen this before, correct?
That's...
What is it?
A blackmail letter. That's what it looks like from the contents.
Blackmail?
Yes. Basically it says, bring $50,000.
That certainly sounds like a blackmail, all right.
At the time of the theft, Mr. Delight was dealing with a blackmailer himself, in KB Security CEO office, a full half an hour away from the scene of the crime! One of the few times when Godot actually gets kind of rattled.
Order! So when the theft of the urn occurred, the defendant was at KB Security. It looks like a perfect case for the defense.
Objection!
You may see it as a perfect case, Judge, but to me... Well, let's just say that my Godot blend number 107 impresses me a lot more.
What are you trying to say?
You say the thief was being blackmailed by the CEO of a security company, but did you actually investigate this CEO at all?
Huh? Well, no, I guess not.
Accusing a man of blackmail with no proof? I'm not sure what I think of that.
Not sure what I think of that? At least I know what I think of you.
Good point. I'm not sure what to think of it myself. You claim that the defendant entered the CEO's office, but you will need at least one witness to corroborate your claim, Mr. Wright.
Nick, I think we're going to have to track down this CEO guy.
No, we don't have to track down the CEO at all.
What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
There is someone else who can testify. This is the person who can testify that the keycard was used at 1 a.m. that night. Surprisingly enough, it's Larry. Take that!
Who is this useless-looking young man?
You don't remember him, Your Honor.
Not exactly. But just looking at his picture makes the bile start to rise in my throat.
It looks like he doesn't remember the case from 2 years ago.
He probably blocked out that memory on purpose. Anyway, this man was working as a guard at KB Security that night.
Oh?
The question at hand is this keycard. Yep, that's the keycard they use in the building I work. According to the serial number, this one is for the CEO's office. You needed to get into that room, and every time you use that card, it leaves a record. Yeah, it tells you exactly who entered the room and when. As you can see, there's no need to investigate the CEO of KB Security. We should be able to discover the truth simply by analyzing this keycard's data.
Well then.
Well, Mr. Godot?
The name of the CEO of KB Security is Kane Bullard. I was unable to contact him directly, but I got the keycard data. Here.
So what does it show?
Each keycard has its own serial number, and they leave detailed records of their use. According to this data, this card was used at 1 AM on the morning of the crime.
But that means it can't be Mr. Delight dressed as Master Mask in this photo.
Ah, it looks like you're right. 2 minutes isn't even enough time to brew a good cup of joe.
So then.
Ron Delight was clearly in the office of KB Security's CEO at the time of the crime. The prosecutor's office is ready to admit that fact. Therefore, it's impossible for the defendant to be Mask the Mask.
Good job! You did it, Nick!
That's enough. I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man, besmirching him with the title of thief.
What's wrong, Your Honor?
I'm ready to pass judgment, but before I do that, do you have any further objections?
No, Your Honor.
Very well. The court finds the defendant, Mr. Ron Delight, not guilty.
Huzzah! So yay, we're totally going to be done with this case. What are you talking about?
Court is now adjourned.
Nick, you did it! You were right after all. Actually, I'm a little bit ashamed of myself.
Nicky boy,
Oh, Miss Delight.
I knew you could do it. I believed in you all along, Nicky boy. I don't know how I can ever repay you.
Aw, shucks. Thanks, Miss Delight. I just know I'm blushing.
Congratulations, Mr. Nick!
Oh, pearls! I've got a bad feeling about this.
Who is this woman?
Oh, she's nobody. She's just,
You're blushing. How dare you do this in front of Mr. Maya? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Ouch! She slapped me.
Pearly. This woman is Miss Desiree Delight. She's our client's wife.
Mr. Nick,
Yes?
you're even worse than I thought. Going behind the back of your own client?
No, you've got it all wrong.
I'll never forgive you.
Ow! A double slap.
Well, anyway, all's well that ends well, right?
The Senti's been fucking dis- Oh wait, wrong game.
Got the sacred urn back and the thief has been caught. It's so right. And it's all thanks to Nicky Boy here. But actually it was you, Mr. Light, that brought us our urn back. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, please, you're embarrassing me.
If we won the case, then why does this guy still look so glum?
But I am the thief. Actually, what's the... What is it, honey? I did my best for you, Ronnie. I know that, and I appreciate it, Bessie. But the thing is... Come on, give the kids some time. He's just got a little touch of the blues. You know about feeling blue, right, Amigo?
Mr. Godot, what are you doing here?
Oh, come on. I just came here to say thanks to my newest buddy. You, Mr. Trite.
Maybe you should learn my name before you call me buddy.
Well, playtime is over.
Huh?
Early this morning, the body of Kane Bullard was discovered.
Kane Bullard? Where have I heard that name before?
Isn't that
The name of the CEO of KB Security?
body? Estimated time of death was 1 AM on October 12th.
1 AM on October 12th? You don't mean...
That's right, amigo. At the same time that a cheap little urn was being stolen, the CEO of KB Security was being murdered.
So then, what are you doing here?
Oh, come on, you figured it out already, haven't you, amigo? Or have you already forgotten about that piece of info I helped you out with today?
Help me out? What?
On October 12th at 1 o'clock in the morning, Ron DeLight was in the CEO's office, the scene of the murder. After getting that blackmail letter, he must have been imbued with utter rage.
What are you saying? Imbued with rage?
Come on, don't tell me you didn't know it. Ron DeLight was once an employee of KB Security. He was a professional security guard.
An employee of KB Security?
Looks like the alibi that saved him from being convicted as a thief is going to be the noose that gets him hanged. Kind of an anti-alibi.
No way!
He can't be the thief because he was at the murder scene when the murder occurred.
No, that's a lie. It can't be true.
But I am a thief, I tell you. Ron DeLight, you're going back to prison again. This time the charge is much more serious. This time you'll be tried for murder.
What? This is impossible.
I'm looking forward to another exciting showdown, Mr. Wright. You and I aren't through with each other yet. Surely you won't back down from a challenge. You've never been a coward.
Mr. Nick, is there something personal between you two?
I've returned from the depths of hell to do battle with you. At least let me have some fun while I'm here.
This guy, who the heck is he? He may be quiet, but it's the most dangerous enemy I've ever faced.
Well then, time to say goodbye to Mr. DeLight.
Nick, how could this be happening? Right in front of our very eyes, our client has been arrested for murder. And the one who established his presence at the scene was me. Arrested for murder on the very same day he's declared innocent of larceny. What the heck's going to happen next? Well, I guess we'll find out next time when we'll continue Case 2 after all. See you then.